A lot of men and women go day after day thinking they just have the next best thing coming deep within them. Deep within them, they're thinking, I have the next best seller. That might actually be true. Whether it's true or not, I just really want to know why men and women do not embark on that process. Why they don't actually start getting that book done. Probably because it's a process. Probably because it's not as easy as they think. But then again, how will anyone know how easy something is if they never start the process? Hi, how are you? My name is Anuwabuchi, the ghostwriter and owner of Always Anuwabuchi Writing Services. Before I started Anuwabuchi Writing Services, I was a writer writing for myself. I was a writer taking down notes and ideas, things that would just flood my mind, my thoughts, and just some that would stay there and some that would pop up and make me laugh or make me go into a deep thought. And thankfully, I would write them down. Well, a lot of my thoughts had a similar theme, and so I would take the ones of that similar theme. That's it, and that's exactly how I came up with my first published book. You can check that out on Amazon.com. It's called My Dearest Suicide: A Mind's Road to Redemption. But here I am 10 years later, and I'm still writing. All of my children are authors, which I explained in one of my first videos on this channel. And now I am a ghostwriter for others, in addition to still writing for myself. It's just in this vessel of mine, that's just what happens. A lot of thoughts come. Many of them will have a connected theme. I will just take note until I've come to what appears to be a conclusion, and I'll just bottle it up and edit and publish that for for a book, an ebook, or part one of a two-part or three-part series. You can also check my my only two-part series, Sanction 1 and 2, which is also available on at Amazon.com and BarnesandNobles.com. But for all those that are wanting to write a book and they don't have the ability, if you're watching this and you want to write a book, you have a great idea, you have a great thought, you have a great concept. It's not so much a story, but you want to tell individuals about how to get their finances in order, how to get on top of their diet, or how to be more consistent as a person. That book particularly, I would love to write and purchase a copy when I'm done. I would love for you to reach out to Anuwabuchi Writing Services via email, via our website. Email is going to be author anuwabuchiayozi@gmail.com. Our website, anuwabuchi.webs.com, or my phone number, which is 214-454-8202, and communicate how you would like to get your idea, your thought, your storyline, your concept completed in a book. Now, to those who are scared and do not trust another person with your idea, I respect that. And I shared in that thought some time ago. I was very uncomfortable with sharing my thoughts and ideas to individuals who were close to me, and I would just get caught up in conversation about what I was doing with my leisure time, and I may share what a character, a line that they have said, or another book that I was writing where I was just sharing my thoughts and my emotions on a certain topic. Well, to those who are scared to share their thoughts or their book idea with someone else, I would encourage you to get to a point to where you, if you do need a ghostwriter, just get to that point to where you feel comfortable sharing that, and then be able to work wholly with your ghostwriter, so that so that all thoughts are put into the book, because sometimes it literally is one line that just changes the reader's heart, their mind. It's an epiphany for them. And if the author doesn't put their all into that book, they are they are abandoning and neglecting the audience that needs to hear all about that topic, about that concept, about what you have to share. That's how society grows, when society pours back into, this is what was dwelling within me, this is what inspired me, this is what got me from point A to point B. So I would love to work with those who are ready to share. Now, about sharing, I have worked on books that I was given as little as one sentence. When I smile about that, it's just a reflection of how talented I am in that area, as far as really, I was going to say stretching, but yes, it's called exaggerating. When I am given one sentence or one idea or one thought, and I'm able to take that thought and divide it amongst 10 chapters, 26 chapters. You can check out my 26 chapter book that I ghostwritten. I'm not the author of, but that is also on Amazon.com. It's called My Shelter from the Storm, Life as a Preacher's Daughter by Rachel Davis, who was a pleasure to work with. But for other clients who have an idea, they have a concept, they have a new perspective that could be introduced to the world, that they feel could be really helpful, give me that concept and help me to understand it, and then I could start writing. However, the word choice, the choice of words that I'm going to use, I may not be great at speaking, but better at writing. But anywho, I'm also great at writing speeches. I love writing speeches. It's that's also challenging for me, but challenging in the way that excites me. So hit me up for that. But in the topics that I'm presented with, where new information is given or little information is given, I am excited to present the chapters to you, and you are pleased with them, and then present that first chapter to you, and then you completely approve it. Like, yes, this is exactly what I meant to say. This is exactly what I wanted to say. This is what I want people to know. This is what I want people to learn out of this. This is what I want people to grow from. And I love it. I am in your spaceship and you are driving, and I'm just back here and just enjoying the ride. And I love ghostwriting. For those that feel like they are not able to give me enough information, that is not a concern. You are holding yourself back, because as the ghostwriter, I'm telling you that is okay. I not just I I'm trying to say this in the right way. So I nor the client is going to get very far if you don't have a complete idea, if you don't have a complete story. Because I would love to write a story that has 2 or 3 alternate endings and present them to you, if that was your intention. Now, so ghostwriting, and then it is a different charge. It's an additional charge if I'm coming up with, I don't know how this book ends, but I really want it to be about a woman with multicolored hair and an apple. So if that's what you're giving me, great, I'll write about that. However, what does she do? Because if in a complete sentence, you can say the who, the what, the when, the where, the why. That can be done. It's even better in a paragraph, but it's even juicier when it's in a book. And so, the difference between not having not having a complete idea, but you're limited in words, that's fine. You may have a small book. And I'm also skilled at paraphrasing as well. Paraphrasing and exaggerating are in two different directions. Um, but if I'm going to create a whole book and then put your name on it, um, that is ghostwriting. But I do need to know who the audience is that you want to um, read your book, so that I know the words to use as I describe what you want them to know and what you want them to hear from, um, what you want them to learn from this book, or just to know by reading your book. So, as invigorating as ghostwriting is for me, I do like to recognize who I'm working with, so that the client doesn't get bombarded by all the questions that they may not have answers to. But it's only so that I can give you a lot and you can trim away what you do not want. It's in all businesses. It's better to, there's a slogan to where, to over succeeding in under, I don't know, something like that. But that's how I would prefer to do, to give you a lot, and then when I present you that first um, chapter, then you will say, this is a bit lengthy. I may not read this much on this topic. Could you cut this out, or could you not bring up? I remember writing about a personal story, and as fun as I had writing about her story, I put a lot in describing the what could have possibly been seen while that person was there in the church. And so it was very just some typical words that I use to describe a Baptist church. And I remember that it made her uncomfortable. And so it brought back, she wanted to talk about the conversation, but the scenery is actually something that she struggled with. So I took it out. Um, I was learning as I went along with that particular client, and she realized and came face to face with something that she has always experienced but had never verbalized. And so that was an interesting point. But again, I'm gonna give you more, you'll cut away from it, and then we'll get closer to a project that you can defend just like a child. This is something I gave birth to, I created, and no matter how the reader or the audience receives it, I know what my intentions were in the beginning. And so it's also why I present chapter by chapter, piece by piece of the book, so that the author of the book can thoroughly know what is being delivered. Well, like I said, I am the owner of Anuwa Bucci Writing Services. Would love to hear from you if you have any storylines that you would like to turn into a book. I would love to hear your feedback on this video, and comment, share, like, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you again. Bye.